Okay, I'm just going to do my own countdown in three, two, one. Okay, wait, hold on. Let's do that in Olelo, Hawaii. E kolu, e lua, e kahi. Aloha mai kako. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Walk Your Water, your new favorite podcast that's full of walking, hydrating, inspiration, positivity, fun, laughs, and personal reflection. I'm your host and new bestie, the Cheysen Cabuyadao-Sipe, or Shy T. Thank you for your patience with this half of the episode. I have been busy going to Portland, Oregon, and back for the Sweat Tour. Also, please bear with me as I am also recovering from all of the shouting, dancing, and long driving for said tour. LOL. Which we will definitely have an episode about soon. Talk about being a throat goat for Shy Girl, Charlie XCX, and Troy Sivan. Hee LOL. JK, JK. Unless. Anyways, this is the second half of this week's episode where we dive into the first installments of Drink Your Water and Tales of Betty. It's all about intentional living, small wins, and a little bit of chaos. So grab your water, get comfortable, and let's get into it. Also, if you're on a walk, enjoy this walk. All right, it's time for Drink Your Water. Drink your water, intro music is here to signify that drink your water is starting. Okay, period. This segment is all about celebrating small victories and staying hydrated because even the little wins count and every sip matters. Call it the sipe sips. All right, let's start with today's check in. What's one small win you want to celebrate? It doesn't have to be anything big. Maybe you showed up on time to class. Hit the gym. You're on your winter arc period. I need to be on my winter arc, everybody. I need to be on my winter arc, guys. Or remember to drink water today. Or even go for a walk. For me, my small wins are being able to do my first multi-hour drive. And of course, being able to record, edit, and post this half of this week's episode. That's what I call growth. Now, time for some ante uncle advice. A friend of mine recently told me they were overwhelmed with midterms and group projects and admitted to ghosting their professor because they were scared to ask for an extension. Babes, as the antes say, closed mouths don't get fed. Professors are human too, and it's better to ask for what you need than to stay silent. So speak up. Reply to the email. Use your email etiquette. You know, this is the anti circle, anti uncle circle in Drink Your Water. And this is me telling you, drink your water and reply, babes. You know, this reminds me of my own days as a student. LOL. I remember I was a avoidant person when I was doing that. And to be honest, I was. And it's not okay because it's an inevitability. So either do it now or whenever you can, when you have the capacities to do so. But do it soon. I also wanted to say shout out to you professors for sharing humanity with us students. Yes, sir. Slay. So here's the actual auntie uncle advice. Send that email, babes. Even if it's late, just apologize if you need to. Thank them for your patience. But advocate for yourself. Stand up. Because learning to ask for help is a small win in itself. Do not be afraid to ask for help. Even if it's across campus too. You know, your faculty, professors, staff, there's so many people there who want to help you. You just gotta ask for the right people, or even if it's not the right person, they know somebody who will be able to help you. Help will show up. So don't go to professor. Learn from my mistakes. You know, shout out mom. My mom always says this quote, and I love her for this. She always says, "Say what I do." Oh, no, 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 no. How does it go, mom? Do what I say and not what I do. So shout out to you, mom. Love you. Now let's spill some tea because this is also where drink your water, and the anti circle comes in. Is spilling some tea because right now the tea that I've been following most recently is the NFL trade deadline. Because the NFL trade deadline is giving full soap opera vibes. So here are the biggest headlines right now. DeAndre Hopkins, current wide receiver of the Titans, is rumored to join the Chiefs or Bills. You know what? Call me a Chiefs hater. Yeah, I do hate because my team ain't y'all. And we'll talk about who my team is later, but yeah, I am a Chiefs hater through and through. I do want to say I do respect the Chiefs and the culture and how they keep on winning. I will say that. I will put respect on them for that, but I will hate them. To Devontae Adams, wide receiver for the Raiders, he is currently a Jets. Cooper Cup could move to a contender as the Rams are in a rebuild phase or about to go into one. Hunter Renfro, also from the Raiders, is waiting to escape his reduced role in the offense. And Carl Lawson from the Jets is benched and likely to find a new team soon. And that's just the start. These are just the top 5 people. You know, the NFL is basically reality TV with cleats. Players switching teams, front offices in chaos, and fans waiting on the edge of their seats. Just like in life, you've got to stay ready for anything. Literally. And here is this part of drink your water is to wrap it up. Wrap us into a little bow and say, "Mwah, this is my gift to you." JK. Now, this is just a water reminder pretty much. Now, take a sip of water with me because hydration is self-care. Every sip counts and every small win matters. So cheers, y'all. I'm about to go and drink some of Betty or drink from Betty, my water jug. So yeah, if you guys want to hear it, here's me drinking from Betty. Okay, so she's kind of big. I literally just filled her up. Okay, open her. So much better. So drink your guys' water, guys, please, 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 please. And so that is the first installment of Drink Your Water. Now it's time for Tales of Betty. Tales of Betty. Intro music. Yeah. This is where I tell the chaotic story of how we ended up with Betty the Fourth. The story of the Bettys. It was in the year of 2021. I woke up New Year's Day, January 1st. I said, you know what my New Year's resolution gonna be? Drink a gallon of water every day. And that's how the Bettys were born. The first one, Betty the First, at that time she was just called Betty, was a humble 1 gallon Arizona iced green tea jug that I got from probably either Walmart or Safeway, one of the two. Anyways, she was my ride or die until I spotted a suspicious black dot inside of her. Was it mold? A ghost? We'll never know because I had to recycle her ASAP because I wasn't entertaining it, you know? So I had to recycle her. So RIP, rest in peace, Betty the First. Love you. You were the start. Then came Betty the Second. She was the moment. One of those fancy jugs with time markers and a straw and the cap with a handle. She was, I think it was dark gray or black. She also had a little small handle too. And she was there. But sadly, she cracked after I left her in the freezer for too long. I think I froze her um for like the summertime, and I was like, okay, it's time to defrost her. And I accidentally set her on the counter for too long. Not too long, but too hard. Too hard. I sat her on the counter too hard and I hear a crack and I was like, okay, I thought that was the ice. But when she was defrosting, I was like, okay, this is natural, a lot of water. But when she was liquefied, she was leaking all over the creation. Like, oh no. And so that was lesson learned. And I think I had Betty the First from maybe January 2021 to fall of 2021. And then so I had Betty the Second for fall 2021 to sometime in 2022 of spring 2022. So next came Betty the Third, her identical twin. Literally, I just reordered her from Amazon. She stayed with me until one fateful trivia night. I put her on a chair next to me, thinking she was stable, until someone bumped the chair and she fell and shattered. It literally felt like it was in slow motion too. I literally watched her roll off the chair in slow motion, and I was like, "Oh, she's gonna fall, but she'll be all right." No, she was not all right, guys. She was not all right. She literally exploded, and I was so embarrassed. I felt so embarrassed because the entire place, they turned it. They're like, "What was that?" And it was Betty. Then I had to clean up my mess, of course, and the people there, shout out to Burwood, they're like, "What do you want us to do with this? Throw it away?" I was like, "Yes." And thankfully, they kept the cap and one shattered piece from her and was like, "I think you should keep this to commemorate her." And I was like, "Thank you." And so I still have a piece of Betty the Third with me. So, R.I.P. Betty the Third, you're still with us in spirit. So it was a whole mess, and all I have left of her now is her cap and a sad little shard. But we're making do. with Betty the Third's leftovers. Yeah. And so that brings us to Betty the Fourth. Literally a tactical upgrade. After all the chaos, I finally did my research and I invested in a metal water bottle. It's not Hydro Flask or Stanley Cup. The company's name, I still have the tag on Betty the Fourth, and it's so cute because they have a sleeve bag with a huge handle. One Tigress. So shout out to One Tigress. Also not sponsored by the way. A lot of these companies I'm not sponsored by the way. Just saying. Just saying. But if One Tigress you wanna, collab. But yeah, so One Tigress, big gallon size tactical upgrade. Literally, Betty the Fourth, she has been falling. She has been hit. She's been rolling, and she survived to this day. So Betty the Fourth, she's something that could handle life's little accidents. Betty the Fourth is sturdy, reliable, and here to stay. She keeps me hydrated. She gives me a workout. That's one thing. I am pro 1 gallon water bottle for hydration. And this is my little rant. My reasoning is because one, you only have to fill it up once a day. Two, the second reason is the weight. And there's like a mechanism in it, like a positive feedback loop, if you will, where it's heavy in the morning or in the beginning of your day. And so you're lugging this thing and you're kind of working out a lot of muscles just to carry this thing, but it's also motivating you to drink more so it can lighten the load throughout the day, right? Right? And third, you're going to be hydrated. You feel good about your hydration. That is one thing I can 100% confidently say to everybody every day of the week. I'm hydrated fully. Oh, tip, quick tip. Because this is a large amount of water, I do put a dash of sea salt, literally a pinch or a dash of sea salt just for electrolytes. I also do take some potassium supplements and magnesium supplements. So make sure you also get your electrolytes, y'all, for hydration purposes. But yes, I am pro 1 gallon water bottle because I hated filling up and doing the math with the 32 ounces. With the six, I also have, okay, guys, so I technically have five. I have Betty Jr., who is a 64 gallon, and she does the job too. You just have to fill up your water bottle twice a day, which is better than filling up a 32 ounce 4 times a day, in my humble opinion. So that's just my tip and my rant about 1 gallon water bottles. So Betty the Fourth, love her. She is here to stay. So I think she might just break the curse. And each Betty served her purpose. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's this: life is unpredictable. But the key is to roll with the chaos, stay hydrated, and enjoy the ride. Enjoy the walk. Every Betty has been a chapter. And with Betty the Fourth, we're writing the next one. So thank you all for joining me for this week's Tales of Betty. I'll catch you in the next episode dropping next week Monday, where we will have a bunch of Halloween themed things. starting off with Shy Tide and your guys' probably favorite segment, the Thirst Bucket. But until then, stay hydrated, stay safe, stay walking, and may your Betty never shatter. Cheers, y'all.
Creeper. Oh man.